anatomy teacher here in this 1 month journey in the Rishikesh Yoga Association, and I have learned so much in his classes that is truly beyond words, which is why I invited him to be here and show the incredible knowledge he has about body awareness and alignment. So Yogesh is not only an anatomy teacher, he also has a master's in Yogic Science. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, master degree in Yogic Science.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have my page on Facebook as well as Instagram.
Yes.
Yoga Anatomy with Yogesh.
Yoga Anatomy with Yogesh. If you are curious and would like to learn more, he talks about various different topics, obviously all within Yogic Science.
Yeah, all related to yoga and the different techniques of yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm going to make sure to put the name page written and the link for it in the description, so make sure you check that out later. So, today we're going to talk about back bends and how to work through each safe position until the peak position, which would be the wheel pose. But it's also very important before being able to do these postures is having a better understanding of what our bodies need and what is it that we need to check before we get there. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what's the first thing we need to know about the back bends?
So first, the imagination should be in your mind that you need to understand, you need to see your body as a spring. So just for example, you have a spring and you just bend the spring. That's maybe not a good. So what do you imagine your body that is you are going to lengthen the spring. So that was the first picture in your mind in the beginning.
So it's to change the mental concept
Absolutely,
about
yeah.
it.
Most of the time when you talk about a bend, whether it's a forward bend or the backward bend, people they start using their lower back a lot because they think the bending means this. But if they imagine that is like a spring and now you're going to lengthen the spring, they can reduce lots of tension from the lower back. So that you can say a mental preparation.
Alright, so before any physical preparations, the first thing is the mental preparation.
Absolutely, yeah.
So once we get into the physical part of it, what are the restrictions? Why is it that some people can go easily into it and some people cannot?
There are lots of different kind of restriction people they face when they start doing postures, especially backward bend. Most of the time we blame our lifestyle. Yes, because nowadays we have a sitting job, we have a standing job, so we have limit our range of motions. There are 3 type of restrictions. The first restriction, this is because of bones, such as the space between the bones. Do we have that space between the bones or we have a less space? Because our spine moves based on the space between the vertebrae, between the bones. Second is a muscle. There are lots of muscles which can be behave tight or which we call overactive. Different names such as hip flexors muscle, abdominal muscles can be tight. Roll shoulders, structural problem can be possible. That's because of awareness.
Yes.
But the biggest problem nowadays we are not able to do these postures is because of our stagnant emotions.
Oh.
That also create a loss of restriction, stress, right, fear.
Yes.
These things create a loss of accumulated tension, and that's the reason we cannot do the backward bend also, and we feel lots of pain in the lower back. Lots of other restrictions as well there, but mainly there are 3 restrictions. One is a bone, second is a muscle, third is our emotions.
Yes, which the first one we cannot do anything to change.
Yes, they are limited. We have limited options.
Yes, whereas the other 2 we have many more options to work on.
Absolutely, we can work on the muscles. We can make our muscle well flexible. But this is not a 1 and 2 day game. It's a long game because there's no shortcut for this.
Yes.
Emotions, yes, we need to find the root cause. This stiffness is a physical stiffness or is a mental stiffness? Because most of the time the body is well flexible, but the mind is rigid.
So true. That happened with me after I had the injury. I wouldn't allow myself to go there because I was scared of getting injured.
Absolutely, there are different kind of restrictions which is created by the mind.
Creates struggle, right?
Absolutely.
Once people start becoming aware of these restrictions and working on them, how can we know that they are ready to try these postures?
Very important question. How we know that, okay, we are ready for this posture? And this is not for specific backward bending, it's for every postures, right? I follow 3 steps. First, are you comfortable in the base positions? Whenever we go to any specific posture, we start this posture with some base position, such as if you do forward bend, Paschimottanasana, which you go seated forward bend, we first sit in Dandasana. So we single sit in the 90-degree posture. Yes, something like this. So we sit in Dandasana.
Yeah.
If I want to do complete wheel pose or camel pose, we generally start with the cobra pose. That's our preparation. So we can say the cobra pose is a base position, or baby cobra we also call nowadays, the less extension of the spine.
Yes.
If I am comfortable in these base positions, then yes, I can say that the rest of posture will be safe for you.
As you just mentioned, there is no shortcut.
There's no shortcut.
Also, you need to practice being gentle towards your body, right? So ease into it through
A gentle
step by
approach.
step.
Yeah.
People forget that there is a journey before the goal.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to just reach the toes, but before you reach there, you need to make sure that every step has been completed.
Yes.
Right?
And listen what your body wants to tell you. We should ask to ourselves, to our body, is this posture safe for me?
Does it feel safe?
Yeah. If you're feeling comfortable with the posture, yes, this posture can be safe for you. Slowly, as you said that. As that everybody, we know that this is not a one-day game.
Yeah.
It's a journey, it's a long journey. There's no shortcut of this. So this is the first, that you have to be comfortable in the base position. Second is, very crucial, is your breathing. Be that gentle and natural with your breathing. You should not force your breathing. Just be with your natural breathing. And the third, which is very interesting, very important, is smile. Yes.
Relax.
Absolutely. If you want to know that this is the danger line for me, just check your facial muscle. If your facial muscle being squeezed or contract, or your smile disappear, means this is the danger line for you.
But of course, don't just stay where it's comfortable, right? Try to find that fine line between feeling comfortable and stable, but being able to push yourself a little bit.
Slowly.
Yes.
Gently you can push. Just think about it, we are sitting on the chair since almost 10 years, 15 years, most of them 30 years, 40 years we are sitting, we are working on computer, and now suddenly we are forcing our hip to open and get external rotate, internal rotate. Maybe not going to be working this way. That definitely leads to injuries.
Yes, you need to allow your body to adapt.
Absolutely.
It is too accustomed to our old ways.
That's why there's a beautiful line that motion is a lotion.
Yes.
So you keep moving forward, but without damaging. Just by listening your body, accept your body, and follow your breathing patterns. Be more gentle, be more comfortable. Because the yoga asanas doesn't mean you need to upload the picture on Instagram and make a very fancy pose. That's not a meaning of. Maybe if you're a modern yogi, then you follow these things.
Yeah.
But
it's definitely more about the internal journey.
Yeah, the main aim to do asanas is to improve the flow of energy, information, and prana.
What are the contraindications? Because of course there is the understanding and respecting your body, learning when you're ready, but is there any situations where people should avoid trying these kind of postures?
When we have definitely lower back pain, lower back injuries, but in somewhere these lower back pain and injury can also heal by the backward bend, but it depends how we perform it. First thing is, in the backward bend, most common injuries the people they get in the lower back. So our main contraindication should be that you are not going to put excessive pressure on the lower back. So if you feel any kind of discomfort in the lower back, also sometimes not on the lower back, the people they feel tension, the yoga practitioner they feel tension on the neck as well. So if you're feeling a loss of tension on this part, that means you need to just be there, don't cross that limit, just draw the limit there for a couple of days more, then slowly you can cross that limit. And also just when you get any these kind of discomfort, so then you can do a little bit some forward posture, is because to just create a little bit of space and just neutral your spine, because it's tense a lot. Also the another thing is, if you feel these 3 kind of symptoms during the practice, you should stop your practice for until you don't feel comfortable. First is your dizziness with the lower back pain. You need to stop immediately. That's a complete red flag from your body. Second is you feel nausea, right? And the third is darkness.
Wow, okay.
So lots of people, they get dark front of their eyes because of excessive breathing as well, because of the lack of blood flow, sometimes excessive flow blood.
So talking about flow, what if one of the limbs becomes numb, like tingling? Is there a warning that you should go back?
Absolutely. That means the flow of blood is not proper there.
So you're restricting somewhere.
Somewhere you are restricting the flow of blood. So when you're extremely tense or more, any posture, we restrict the flow of blood there.
Or maybe if someone folds the neck too much, I suppose. Does that make sense?
Mainly this area is connected with the abdominal. So if you have a tense abdominal, and then, like for example, if I exhale, and then I try to extend my neck, that throw the loss of pressure toward my cervical and my head.
Yes.
If you are contracting your abdominal, you should not extend your neck. But if your abdominals are relaxed, you can extend your neck. And that's what you can feel, that you can do one simple practice, that when you exhale and then you try to extend, you feel loss of pressure. That is really hard.
It's tight. Yeah, I cannot go any further than this.
It's tense a lot.
Yeah.
But when you relax your abdominal and then you extend your neck, it feels like it's much more easy.
So much more.
Yes. So neck is a very sensitive part as well. So we cannot follow no pain, no gain concept, right?
That is so important. Yes. So one last question would be, how to improve your back bends?
To improve the posture is not just physically, it also mentally. So mentally, I would say be more expressive, nothing to be stagnant, just release, and then you can see it really helps a lot. Meditation before backward bend will release your emotions, can be very helpful.
Interesting.
The second thing, in the physical level, bend less, tense less. That will help you to create a little bit of space between the joint. So you won't feel that discomfort. Second is that tense less, because your nervous system controls your muscles. So if you force a lot, you are basically going against of your nervous system. Your nervous system starts stopping you. So if you tense less with a holding, so for example, I'm in the cobra pose, but I have a holding. Slowly, my nervous system, all the connective tissues, muscles will adopt these things.
So practice releasing tension with every exhale.
Yeah.
And hold it for longer.
Hold it for a long time. Then you can notice that you can go a little bit more further because your nervous system allows you.
Yes. Feel comfortable, then go a little bit longer.
Absolutely. Feel comfortable, a little bit force, but not just immediately you try to, complete that posture and directly jump into the advanced posture. That's a bit dangerous.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This was just a little bit of what we could cover.
It's like there are lots of things we need to discuss.
There is so much. That means we're gonna be releasing a practical video where we're gonna show warming up postures, how to get into the back bend safely, how to stay there safely, and how, very important, how to get out of it safely, as well as the counter poses. Right?
Absolutely, and how to bring the wrist smile back.
Yes.
During wheel pose and during intensive backward bend.
Very, very important. Incredible. So thank you so much, G, for sharing your knowledge with us.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you guys.
See you. Thank you. Namaste.